All right, what's up, guys? We're looking just to get started here. I'm hanging out by the timer, writing times on Post-its. So that's my job for today. I usually get, Matt usually gives me the easy stuff, this writing, stuff like that. I guess it's not easy, it's just, it's better than running for cones, I guess you could say. But I guess you gotta know how to do it. Anyhow, we're looking to get started. We got, workers out there at this point. You probably cannot see them. It's kind of overcast, kind of chilly. It might get up to like 70 today, but it probably won't feel like 70. Still got the white kind of smoke coming out of the exhaust whenever it idles and it sits for a while. But again, it's just steam. So I think it looks like shit when you get off the line. It looks like smoke's coming out the back, but it's not really smoke. So we'll just deal with it. And that's about it for that. This is event number 1 for the weekend. I have another one tomorrow, fast track. And then obviously the trip down to Charlotte too, which, it's something new to do. So we'll be waiting for that. But other than that, we're gonna get started here. So I'm gonna look like I'm not on my phone and not goofing around. So I will get back to you guys later after my first couple runs. All right, Ian's, just rolled up to grid at this point. Done with working for now, at least. This is the morning heat. So we run 3 runs in the morning, 3 runs in the afternoon, work in between basically. So yeah. At this point, the hardest thing about working first and then coming back in here and running is, it's been so long since you walked the course, you know what I mean? You didn't drive it, and then you were doing writing or whatever, and now you're back and you're like, oh, now I gotta drive this thing, and you only have 3 runs to do it in. I think in general, the hardest part about autocross, at least for me, is, it's not like a track. It's not the same thing every time. It's a different course. You walk it 2-3 times, and then you have sometimes only 4 runs to, get a good time. So, I'd say a lot of quick times today. So, I'm looking to get under a 60 would be good for me, kind of at this point. So, we will see. All right, so we're gonna go troll on Zach because I think he had a cone or something like that. So let's go check this out. Mr. Zach, what's going on over here? What did you do?
This is the ballast again.
What did you do?
The ballast again.
Did you get 1 or 2?
None.
None? What was that? What is this?
My ballast can keep something out.
There's a lot of people that run.
I unplugged this from months ago. This is broken.
Oh, this has been like this?
Yeah, I haven't replaced it yet.
Oh.
My hands don't fit inside.
I was like, why is the bumper smash? I don't get it.
That's from parking at a curve.
I get it. All right, so I take that back. You did not hit a cone.
Not a casualty.
Not a casualty today. Not yet, at least.
There are a lot of people that run SM.
So we're starting heat 2 right now. I'm not gonna say what place I'm in because I always jinx it. So I'm just gonna get out there and drive, and I think I'm doing pretty good, but you can always get a little bit more here and there. So I'm gonna keep pushing it, and fingers just crossed at this point. All right, guys, I haven't even taken my helmet off, but we were doing fun runs. I kept improving a lot on fun runs, and I know some of that is due to the tires, but it felt a lot better out there. I ended up getting a 60.1, which is ridiculous in my opinion. I did hit one cone on that run, but I just clipped it, so
Could have been better. However, right before that, I did a low 62. It was like a 62.2 or something like that, which was decently better than all of my, actual runs on course. So I think the problem is, and I tend to always do this on fun runs. When I have fun runs, it's just kind of like, oh, who gives a shit? It's a fun run, and you're just out there kind of goofing around, tossing the car around and playing around. And then when it comes to like, it's business time and you're trying to like actually get you're putting pressure on yourself, I tend to goof up then. If it's just we're goofing around and we're just going one after another and it doesn't really matter what order you're in and crap like that, I get like literally I can shave like a second or two off like all the time. So maybe that's just my game plan for tomorrow. It's just kind of like whatever, you know what I mean? Like fuck it a little bit. That's kind of how I got to be, I guess. I tend to do better all the time in a lot of things whenever I do that. If I just kind of say, let me take my helmet off here. Ugh, sweaty. Whenever I just kind of say like, whatever, it doesn't really matter, you know what I mean? We're just goofing around, I'm gonna go for it, whatever. Rather than like, oh my God, the pressure's on, I need to perform, you know what I mean? Then you goof up. I think a lot of people are like that. So, I just looked by this, there's this diesel car, Jetta, going by, but really good. Another thing I like is the harness really helps actually, because I'm a small dude, like, so I fly around in the seat a lot, and this keeps me in the seat so I can concentrate on driving a whole lot better. So I'm not even joking, this was $15 and it's by Sawbelt, if you guys can see that. They make really good quality stuff, and it was $15 on Amazon. I was like, yep, we're doing this. That's all I want to leave. That's what I want to leave you guys with today. Overall, slightly disappointing day. I always want to do better. At one time, I was in 3rd place. I don't believe that stuck at all, and that's what I said. I didn't want to jinx it, but it's not even jinxing it. It's just I tend to do better earlier in the day, probably because I know I have a couple runs, and then when it comes to like crunch time and to perform, then I, don't end up performing essentially. So. Lessons learned, I think a lot of it's mental, essentially. So with all that said, here is Pitt Race at like 4 or 5 o'clock today. Lots going on. Lot going on last weekend, lot going on this weekend. So with all that said, peace out, see ya, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.